our state right now, giving people so much for so long just to keep them in a bad spot, not helping them, those who've fallen down, to get back up and to be great, or helping people who've fallen down either of their own decisions or bad luck or some combination, and then getting them back up so they can be on their own. Oh, that's not what New York State does. That's not what New York City does. New York City gives it everything they can to keep you in your spot, to keep you in your room and not go out and get that job. They go out of their way to do that. But sadly, now New York State's in trouble. And let me ask you, if you're that parent and you tell your kid, look, kid, you're 30. I got to pack up and move to Florida, or I got to go do something. I got to, I'm retiring. I can't afford you anymore. Whatever. What is that kid going to do? Is that kid going to say, Dad, Mom, you're right. I need to get up on my own 2 feet. And of course not. They're going to say, no, you owe me, Mom. You owe me, Dad. What am I supposed to do? That's what he's going to say. He is. He's not going to take responsibility. Why? You trained him not to. Why would he? Well, now New York is having problems. New York City is having pension problems. Can't pay the pensions anymore. Can't pay the Medicare, Medicaid as much as it used to. Can't give the medical benefits as it used to. Now, are the people going, you know what? You're right. We have to find answers? No. They're like, you owe me. You better give me more. New York has over 1 million retirees, pensioners from New York City, New York State, that are getting benefits and they're under 65. So they don't get Medicaid, Medicare. We're paying for that. About a third of them don't live in New York State or New York City. They live someplace else. So who pays for that? Taxpayers. Yes, we pay for that. Are they now going, hey, it's not fair. I live in Florida. No. They're like, I paid into it. Give it to me. I understand them. I understand a 30-year-old. If I was a 30-year-old, I'd be thinking the same thing. If I was the pensioner, I'd be thinking the same thing. But they treated us like that kid. And now when that kid gets upset, the state gets upset. But the state set him up. And now who's not the pensioner gets upset because we got to pay for it. We're all upset. You might go, Larry, well, how much is this? Just in New York City owes, New York City is owed $3.4 billion. Just New York City. Just from those pensioners. There's over a $600 million deficit every year, has been. Now, people all the time will tell you this. You'll hear it. The controller will say it. He'll go on TV and say it. No, it's solid. It's solidified. All these pensions are just great. And he's not wrong. Because we have a plan. I don't know if you knew this or not. When the pensions fail, by law, the taxpayers fill it. Well, yeah. If no matter what I do, the taxpayer writes me a check, I'm good, right? Larry, can you pay your rent? Doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Well, because if I don't, the taxpayers pay it. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm solvent. I'm good. But you didn't make any money. Doesn't matter. Taxpayer pays. Oh, so you're solvent? I'm good. Don't worry about my rent. Taxpayer pays it. If I make the money, I pay it. If I don't make it, I'm good. And in fact, if I'm short, like if I'm like a couple $100 short on my rent, taxpayers pay that. That's how our pension system works in New York State. In fact, most states. But that's how it is. That's how he can say it's totally solvent. He's not wrong. As long as we're paying taxes, it's solvent. That's how that works. Go, Larry, but wait, you've told me more than once, we're losing people. Yes. You told me more than once, the state's in a lot of debt. Yes. You've told me more than once the state's losing billions of dollars due to migration. Yes. Larry, this sounds unsustainable. Ding, ding, ding. What I've been saying for years. I brought this up in 2017. Yes, I brought this up 8 years ago, talking about how this system was unsustainable. It had to fail at one point. It just has to. It's unsustainable. We're losing population. We're getting more and more retirees. And worse, the retirees are leaving New York State. At least if they stay in New York, they spend their money in our economy and grow our economy. Okay. Look, I'm not against people getting their pensions. I'm not. You work for it, get your pension. I'm mad at you for that. I would like you to stay here, but I'm not mad at you for leaving because we've made the state unlivable. We need to make our state livable so the retirees stay here and they spend their pensions here instead of Florida or Tennessee or Texas, which is where they're going. North Carolina, South Carolina. They're going there. This is where we are now. More and more people looking for the government for help for the most important things. Medicare, Medicaid. If you don't know this, over half of New Yorkers are somehow on Medicaid and Medicare. Over half. Is that insane? There's about 7 million people in New York State on Medicaid. Not Medicare, right? Medicare's 65 or older retirees. About 4 million or so on that. About 7 million on Medicaid. Who's paying for that? Just more taxpayers. That's who's paying for that. And now they're talking about, we're going to change the system. So now you got to pay extra money per year. And they're unhappy. I don't want to pay any money. I just want my benefits. You might go, Larry, they should be reasonable. Why? We've been coddling them for decades. They're the 30-year-old now. We've been coddling them for decades. Why would they expect anything else? Why would they expect us to not pay for their rent? Why would they expect us to not pay for their Medicare? We've been doing it for decades. Am I crazy? John says, but Larry, I was told people leave New York State just because of the weather. That is what King Cuomo II said. He did say that. That was his decree. New York State can't control the weather, Larry. Gosh, when it's your fault, just blame the weather. Problem solved. Ooh, I like that. I'm just going to, whenever I have a problem, like if I can't pay my bills, I'm going to call a bank and go, it's the weather. Cuomo said that's the excuse. Problem solved. There we go, John. You know, if it works, I'll tell you. If I get evicted, then it didn't work. I'll let you know.